What is up, everyone out there? You know what it is. It is Wednesday, a little over 8 o'clock. We're a little late out here, but we still here. Another inner circle day. Today I have two special friends. I can say. I know Michelle over here for a couple years now. What's up, Michelle? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
And we got my boy Dion Sage from the Progress Report. I was on his show last
Hey,
night.
yeah, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you or chatted with you.
It's been
Doing
a
some overtime tonight, I guess.
it's been a couple hours, but it's always
Couple
nice to see you.
hours,
Different setting, I must say.
very different
I was
setting.
like, I was like, wait, like this setting looks familiar, but the face is different. Reminds me of a show.
Yes, I am borrowing Taylor's set for today. To do this today. I think I get away from the desk a little bit and
Yeah, and be
relax.
and be more relaxed. You look more chill now. You look more like hanging out, more relaxed, more like
Definitely. Listen,
vibing.
I got the hat on and got the Cabernet sitting here, nice and lovely. I get to meet a nice, a new, hopefully a new friend and talk with her, and I get to talk to, a friend that's aging with me in the game. You know what I mean? This is
Yes.
great. This is
A
wonderful.
long time. But Michelle, what's up, girl? How have you been? It's been like how many years? How long has it been since I seen you?
I would say the last time you probably saw me, probably like 2018, 19, around there. Probably
Wow.
2018.
I know.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. How's everything been? How's work? I know you're always working. My girl is a working girl. She's always working, keeping busy.
I've been doing good. I worked at the Department of Health for a little bit throughout the whole COVID when it first started and stuff. It was kind of difficult um, going through that and just like listening to callers and stuff. But
Mm,
like I'm working for a company at the hospitals and helping them transition out the hospitals into their homes.
okay. Oh,
Mm,
nice. That's what's up.
nice.
Thank you for that, because not all people, especially with COVID or pandemic going around, would risk their lives or even their family's life, because you do have a family at home as well. So be working
That's
in a
true.
hospital during such a like pandemic, like contagious pandemic, that you would risk your
Mhm.
life and take that home. So thank you for that. Like I said, not a lot
Yeah,
of people would do that.
thank you so much for that. Like, I mean, salute to you and all the healthcare workers. Because you guys had to. Sorry about that. Somebody trying to call me. Uh,
My boy is
middle
busy. My boy is
middle of
busy.
it.
He got 1 second. I need an hour to be on the inner circle. 1 second.
Like, yeah, like seriously. And now it's like, oh my goodness, everybody always does this to me. Like in the middle, I'll be in the middle. They'll see me go live on somewhere and then they call immediately. It's like, no, don't call. So that person that just called, I'm doing something, I'm busy. No, I'm joking. But yeah, to the healthcare workers, my sister's a healthcare worker, and she's a nurse, and she told me was telling me how bad it is. So I salute to you putting it out there, being one of the frontline workers during that time, during that.
so yeah,
Yes.
so Michelle, this is your first time on a podcast. Welcome, Dion Stage. Like I was saying, he had an episode yesterday, and he got the privilege of interviewing the mayoral candidates for Providence. I feel like that's a privilege that you get a first insight into these potential future mayors. Providence. How do you feel? Like, I'm not asking you specifically which one you're going for, but like who's like your top three? Would you
So
tell me that?
I don't have a top three.
Okay. You
I
just
don't have a top three. To be honest with you, I have not made my final decision just yet as who I would be supporting for Providence mayor.
mm.
I know that's been a very hot button issue with me. My phone continually rings about with that very question, Ivan. But on the progress report, we did the mayoral series. We interviewed Gonzalo Cuevo, who was the very first one back in June. And then over the past few weeks, you have been a part of as well. You helped me interview two of those candidates, and Nerva LaFortune, and as well as Michael Solomon on last night.
Mm.
And then we also interviewed Brett Smiley. Those are the four candidates right now. And it's a very long race. Who knows what's going to happen? Someone might not be able to raise enough funds. Someone may drop in between there. Somebody may be added to the race. My commitment with the progress report and the progress channel is to bring out like the information, you know what I mean, to people about who's vying for your vote, because I think it's important. And I've been saying this a lot. I'm a firm believer that politics is local. All too often we look at the federal government, we look at the president, we look at the U.S. representatives, your Marjorie Taylors, your AOCs, and all of them, and look at them to fix the problems. But when really, once the federal government sends money to the state, it is our state legislators, it is our mayors, it is our city council people that decide on how that money's spent and where it goes. So that's why my commitment is I want to interview the local politicians that affect our everyday life.
No, that's awesome. Like, hopefully, maybe one day when I get up there at your level, I'll be able to interview some of them and get them on this show and ask them some serious questions. Michelle, what is something that you're, as a Providence resident, as a mom, as a like somebody who lives in the community, what is like some issues that like you're looking forward to, like in a next mayor to like resolve? Like, is it something that like that would
to be honest with you,
go ahead.
I would say definitely the community and addressing like the Spanish community and other languages that are not English at all, because there's a lot of barriers that come into play. Like being in the healthcare industry, like you see a lot of miscommunication happening, a lot of people not getting the benefits and the resources that one typically might get when English speaking, because they don't, for the simple fact that they don't really understand and stuff. And I believe that that's something that's really big right now. So hoping that someone could come into play and like focus on those, like removing those community barriers for those people, because there's a lot of people that need assistance in this world in Rhode Island, families, people, elderly people, which is the most valuable population there is out there. So hopefully they can address any of those community barriers.
You know what? Just with that, my first candidate that I ever get on is Dion and Michelle gonna come on with me, and you're gonna help me out.
I'm sorry. Can you give me one moment? I need to adjust my volume.
Okay.
Ivan, and I apologize about this. I really need to adjust my volume because for some reason when I got that call, it just like my volume jumped down.
So yeah, no, I definitely agree with that, Michelle. Like something that I'm looking forward to is like we need to change and reform like our educational system. Like I feel like we are failing like our kids like on a regular basis, and that's what we're putting out to the community, and that's why our community stays the way it is. So that's why I was kind of like wanted to ask you like what is something that you were looking forward to, because that's something that me living in Providence and living from the community, that's something that I'm really big on. And having Dion here and having him had the opportunity to interview all these candidates and getting insight from every single one of them, I feel like like he had the opportunity to get that out of them. But out of a serious note, because we don't try to be serious in this game, we are going to let these two guests get to know each other a little bit, because this is the first time they're meeting, and we're going to play a little game called Two Truths and a Lie.
I'm terrible at this game, but you know what?
To be fair, this is going to be my first time.
All right, and that is Two Truths and a Lie. Michelle's first time. Michelle's excited. Dion, you've watched the show before, so you already know how it's played. And for anybody that's watching or listening, because we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio. For anyone those listening and don't know the game, Two Truths and a Lie. Each one of them will take opportunity to say two truths and a lie, and the other guest will try to figure out which one is the lie. Michelle, I know you volunteered to go first. Let's go. Two truths and a lie.
So in the 7th grade, sorry about that. Someone was calling my phone. In the 7th grade, I memorized 215 numbers after the decimal of pi.
200 and what?
15 numbers after the decimal of pi.
Okay.
in high school, I joined a math committee. And the next one will be I broke or sprained my leg at least for 6 years in a row.
The second one, you joined a math what?
I joined the math committee at high school.
He's writing it down. He is a journalist. He is a journalist. He is writing down all these answers. He is analyzing.
Got them 2 math ones in there for some reason. There's some reason. So there is something associated with math. For some strange reason, I think you threw that broken. You think you're going to throw it off. I think you did break a body part of some sort at some point.
Broke my leg.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you memorized the numbers and you broke that part of your body. And then the last one is the lie would be the math part. I think the lie would be
You actually got it correct.
Hey, see,
I got it correct.
Yes.
he's been interviewing people. That's why he could tell. He's had practice. He's like, let me write this down. What did she say?
I'm gonna have to write things down too because
He's like analyzing and breaking everything down. Be like, I don't know. It sounds a little suspect, but no, I don't. No, that was good. Good job, Dion. Wow,
you did good. You did
I
good.
I would have never guessed that.
Normally, I'm terrible at this game.
I would have never guessed that. All right, Dion, now is your chance. Your 2 truths and a lie.
Okay. So I'm an ordained minister. I am president and on a bowling club, and also I've lived in New York twice.
What was the first one?
The first one is I am a ordained minister. The second one was I'm president for a bowling club. And the last one is I lived in New York twice.
I'm gonna say the lie out of the 2 would be the president of a bowling club.
Ooh.
Nope. I've never lived in New York at all. I am president of a bowling club. Yes.
Yes. Michelle,
I should have went with my gut feeling. I was gonna say the New York one, but who doesn't want to go to New York?
Right, that's true. I like visiting New York. I don't think I could live in New York.
Michelle,
no offense, New York. I like visiting.
Michelle wasn't there for the conversation when you were talking about bowling, or she would have figured it out.
Oh,
he was talking about bowling tonight. Yeah. I knew the answer. I knew the answer. I was like, I know those 2 definitely has to be true. So good thing I'm not playing. But let's move on to something else. Something that recently just happened, and a little bit on a serious note. Just because I feel like it's something that's happening too often, and it's something that can be preventable. In Michigan high school, there was a Michigan high school shooting where 3 students were killed and several were critically injured. A 15-year-old sophomore was taken into custody with a semi-automatic handgun that was bought by his father 4 days before the fatal shooting. What is going on with these kids and getting access to these guns? First of all, if it's your father's gun, and when you buy a gun, you should have it in a safe place, in a safe where it's not accessible to anybody but yourself. No guests can come into your house, because let's say, God forbid, you have a house and some people don't know how to behave when they have a couple drinks in them and stuff like that. To have it lying around where your kid could just grab it, anybody can come to your house and grab it. Especially if they know where it is. I think the father should be charged. I think the father should be charged as well, because it's irresponsible when you are giving a license for a gun, when you are giving the right to purchase a gun. You are taking on that responsibility that you're going to keep it safe from everybody else. Only you are the one that's going to be holding that gun, and only you are the one who's going to be using it. And I believe that you shouldn't even have the ammunition and the gun in the same location. You should have the gun in one place and the ammunition somewhere else, like in a different safe. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Dion, I know that you're a big believer on gun reform. I believe. I'm not too sure on that. I know you're pro gun like reform or something like that, some type of form.
So,
But go ahead.
let me just say this.
Okay.
One, I am a licensed gun owner. I am a
Oh
licensed gun
wow, I
owner,
didn't know
and I
that.
am a huge believer. I am a huge believer. I am pro gun. I'm gun rights, and also that we should restrain. So gun rights for me looks like this. When we talk about rights, we also talk about responsibility, right? We never too often, we always hear everybody talking about this is my right, this is my right. Yes, you have the right to arm yourself, but what is your responsibility with that? And I think that's where we get everything. That's where the argument comes in. For me, as someone who's a responsible gun owner, my gun stays in a safe. Let's be real, okay? One, because of the fact that it's not easy for access, and two, nobody either has a combination, doesn't have the combination, nor do they have the key. And if they have the key, they still don't have the combination. You know, it's about being responsible with your weapon. And if it said that this is the father's weapon, the father has to take that responsibility in this entire matter. Period. Just like when I say with Rittenhouse, the parents have to take some level of responsibility. We don't know where he got that gun from, but he says the friend in the beginning of the investigation, it was the parent. Now the parent knew about it, things like that. Whatever it is, parents have to take some level of responsibility for the kids' actions when they take an assault weapon. Period. And then we still have to, when these things come up, as educators, we have to ask ourselves, are we really seeing the signs in the classroom of mental health? Are we seeing the signs of bullying? Are we actually doing something about it? Or are we ignoring those things?
Michelle, you as a mom and obviously having like a son that goes to school, like how do you feel? What can we do to like prevent something like this, or how do you feel like we can make our schools safer so things like this don't happen?
I believe that if you're like a parent that has guns in the home, you should keep it in a safe, like Dion did say, because it's something, even if you have it out, like you can't always rely on a child that's 15 years old to not want to go pick it up. At that age, I don't think they're mature enough to actually think properly and what the consequences are behind it. And I do believe that it could be like a mental health situation where he is not getting enough. A lot of parents are either working from home, the kids are at working virtually or at school, and they're not getting the attention that they require as kids to be properly okay. And I feel like putting that responsibility on the parent, back on the parent, with keeping this gun safe and also making sure that your child is mentally okay for this world is also the responsibility of a parent.
Definitely agree. I all falls back on the parent. Working in the school department, you see a lot of these kids. They don't understand that some of their actions have responsibilities. They act on the moment. They don't think about what's gonna happen or the effects it's gonna have afterwards. And I feel like as adults or as parents, like we have to like be on top of that and see what our kids are
And let's
doing.
be real, our elected officials, along with the NRA, also have to take some level of responsibility to this. We still don't have, after all these shootings we had, Sandy Hook, Columbine, the list can go on, and now we have this shooting in Michigan. We still don't have a proper and adequate gun bill to make sure, or a plan that guns are not going to be around our most vulnerable people in America, and which is our children. So the Congress, as well as the NRA, has to take responsibility for it, period, as well. Parents, after parents do all they can, we still need that legislation. You still need that safety net from the government and organizations like the NRA.
That's true. So on a lighter note, have you guys been watching anything on Netflix? I've been watching a couple things. Obviously, Netflix is full. I got all my little apps, but I always go back to Netflix. And something I've been watching recently is the Kevin Hart Netflix series, The True Story, where it's very violent and very serious. It's a whole completely different side of Kevin Hart. Obviously, we know him as a comedian, comic, whatever you want to call it. But he kind of tries to make it like a true story where it's this reality in the back scene where he's kind of serious. Um, yeah, it's kind of awkward and it's kind of weird. I feel like he's trying too much. I don't know. I don't know. I know you guys have probably not watched it or anything like that. Not that I recommend it, but watching stuff like that for kids. Since we were talking about kids and stuff like that, like what do you think of the effects of pop culture on the morality of our teenagers?
Mm.
Like, and from my point of view, something that I always tell the kids is that you got to remember that the entertainment business is just there to entertain you. All that stuff that they say, I shoot up, I do this, I do that, they're not doing any of that stuff. They'd be arrested, or all this other stuff would be happening. And we have to separate reality from entertainment. And I feel like people are mixing the two, and especially our young kids, they don't know what's real and what's not real. They don't know that
Mhm.
some of these artists, what they're doing, they're saying they're fucking bitches and selling drugs and sniffing this and sniffing that. They ain't doing shit. They're sitting at home watching TV, watching their bank account come up because we got all these people buying all their stuff, and they're just promoting a lifestyle that they're not really living, and all these kids are buying into it. So you see all these kids behaving in a certain way, but it's like, yo, that's not real. Like, that's not gonna get you anywhere in life. I don't
I
know.
think the influence that the kids are receiving is bad from like a lot of these, social media influencers, and a lot of times they're doing everything for the clout at the end of the day. Like they're not actually, everybody's making up something, and they want to go do it. Like the challenges that have been going on around, there, I feel like we need to take more responsibilities as adults, and to make sure that our kids growing up actually are properly doing things that are right in life, and not wanting to go sniff coke, not wanting to go steal a car. Like I saw in the news the other day, there was 3 15-year-olds that stole someone's car and got into a really bad car accident.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you stealing a car? Where your parents at? Like, I feel like they need their parents to teach them, and actually be there and look at what they're listening to, and look at what they're looking at on social media, because everything is turning into the internet.
Yeah.
So
I see that on a daily basis. Kids just trying to pin kids to fight just to record it. But go ahead, Dion. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Again, I think for me, again, it goes back to the parents and teaching what is real and what is fake. At the same time, what is reality and what is surreal. Or what is not real. And pop culture is always going to have influence on teenagers. Since pop became pop culture, it's always had influence on teenagers. You think about music alone, one of the biggest goals out of all the artists wasn't just to be an R&B artist, not to just be on the R&B charts, to just be on the blues charts, the jazz charts. Once you got to the pop charts, that means your music crossed multiple genres, because the pop is what's happening. And that's the same thing when we think about pop culture, whether it's in entertainment, movies, or anything like that. They're gonna have some influence. The strategy we have to give our kids is how to decipher what is real and what they can take from it, and what lessons they can take from a lot of things. Because a lot of things that we watch on television, there's a underlying lesson behind it. Some things, yes, you have things that are funny, but there's still an underlying message about, like, that movie, Don't Be a Menace in South Central by drinking your juice in the hood. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. Every time people watched it back in the 90s, it was hilarious, right? But there was an underlying message within it, within the movie. So again, it falls back on the parents, and it falls back on how we educate our kids on understanding what's real and what's not real.
Yeah, that's definitely important. Education, back to everything. Educating our people, educating our kids, educating our parents. I feel like a lot of parents.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people became parents at a very young age, and didn't really get to learn how to first be a child, and let alone how to be an adult. You know, you were trying to be an adult while you're a child, so I feel like educating our parents is very key into the success of our kids. Um, yeah, I feel like investing into our communities.
Agreed.
Hmm.
Agreed.
Agreed. All right. So another show that I've been watching on Netflix that you guys haven't, that I mentioned to you guys earlier before we went online, is 100 Humans, which kind of asks the weird questions of like everyday life. Like one of the questions they ask is, your toilet paper, do you pull or do you drag? Like, do you leave the paper off on the top, on the hanging from the top or from the inside? Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't know.
Does it matter to
I
you
feel like
guys?
sometimes
Does it
I feel
matter?
like sometimes it's on the top, sometimes it's at the bottom,
I
depending
mean,
how fast you can get it on the thing.
So to you, it doesn't matter.
So
To you, it
I mean,
doesn't matter.
the question is, the real question for me would be like, is the toilet paper on the roll? Because that's the worst thing in the world when you really gotta go and you get all the way there and there's no toilet paper there. That's the real question. I don't care if it's at that point, I don't care if it's
yeah.
over or under. Is it there?
I-
Okay. And if it's not, after I get it, who's the last one to use the bathroom and they put toilet paper back because they're gonna get a throat punch? That's simple.
To me, it doesn't matter. Some people it matters. Some people are like, no, you can't drag it. You got to pull it or whatever it is. I'm like, honestly, however it comes out, that's how it's gonna go on there. It's
Is
not-
it there?
Is it that exactly? Is it there? I use baby wipes I use baby wipes. I'm like, where's my baby wipes?
That too. Is it there? I need the, is it there?
That all that matters. Another thing that they were asking is, are people more attractive in uniform? Do you guys find people more attractive, man and female? Do you find people to be more attractive with
It
uniform
depends on the
or no?
uniform for me.
It does. It does. What about
It
you,
really
Michelle?
does.
What do you
It
think?
depends on the uniform.
As a female, I'm gonna say we do find men more attractive being in a uniform, and yes, it also depends what type of uniform they're in, because the type of uniform goes to show how serious they are in their career, as well. So I would say yes, like we find guys more attractive. They seem to have more of a hold on life, and able to follow rules and regulations to get to where they at in life. In my opinion, not all girls are the same, because some girls just like to date whoever just knocks on their door.
Some girls are like, you got a
So-
dick? You got a dick? All right, come on, we going home. We going to my house. You got a dick? We going to my house.
Wait, listen, hold on. All I'm gonna say is I agree with you. I do find men more attractive in their uniform. I just seriously, and you know what? For me, it's yeah. That's all I'm gonna say before I go down a dark hole.
Before you start going into details and shit.
I know my past and my first year watching. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't
So
put me on the altar on Sunday.
So Michelle's right. On the show, they did say that women do find men, depending on their career, more attractive in uniforms. Something like a police officer, doctors, they got high. But when it came to janitors, no. Janitors and fast food workers.
Listen.
Janitors and fast food workers got no likes from the women. From the men liked either men didn't care. Men liked women equally. It didn't say gay man, but it just said everything. But for me, either or, guy, girl, uniform.
They never go to gay men for these polls because they're not ready for the truth.
For me, anything in the uniform is sexy. You walk in, you got a uniform. Holy shit, what the fuck? A nurse,
especially
a doctor,
if that uniform is ironed and well and nice and like you took your time to put that on, baby. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead. I don't care. You got your little McDonald's uniform with your black pants and your little crew shirt. Go ahead. It's ironed and nice and nice. Go ahead. Yeah. You got a job. That's all it is for me. Like when I see a man in a uniform working, like you have a job, and I think we have to, when we talk about like that poll kind of bothers me because of the fact that, women say, well, a police officer is more sexy than someone in a manager's uniform at McDonald's. Well, at the end of the day, they both have a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they both have a job, and we have to get back to the idea that someone with a job is, and no matter what the job is, period, we have to respect the job and respect that person working.
Yeah,
like
that's true. But still, do I want to be struggling or want to be living good? I'm kidding.
I mean,
I'm kidding.
Listen,
I'm
wait
kidding.
a minute. Hold on. Let me just say this. I know some McDonald's managers that live very well.
Oh yeah, no. They pay good. They pay good. I be going through that drive-through. They be like $20 an hour to start. I be like, what? I'm about to leave my job and fucking start working over here, starting some fries and stuff. What can I get you? Number 5. Cheese. I got you.
You know, when I worked at McDonald's, I had a 401k. That was wonderful. I was like, yes.
That's one thing I never. I feel like everybody's first job is like at a fast food place. I never really got to work at a fast food place. I worked at Newport Creamery as my first. I was a dishwasher.
Well, that wasn't my first job. My first job, I worked in a bowling alley.
Okay, that's a fun job. That's a fun job to have a first day. I'd be bowling there the whole time. But like, shit, there ain't no people here. Let me just start bowling. That's why you're good. Go ahead, Michelle. What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say that not only like people in uniforms are more attractive, but there's also another piece to it. It's like, how hard are they working, and how committed are they to their own success in life? That's really attractive. Finding someone that's really committed to the success in their life, in their world, in their career, anything, it's way better than finding someone that's just here because I'm at the job because I'm here. Versus someone that's like, oh, I'm adamant to be here. I want to be something much more. I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to climb the ladder. That's also attractive in somebody.
I feel like that attracts people because you find something that I watched a lot of documentaries, and they said that when you're attracted to somebody, you're attracted to them because you see 20% of that person, like of yourself in that person, or you see 20% of that person in you. And I feel like you always want to find somebody that you can like meet their energy, like, oh, if they're successful, like, wow, like, like I need somebody that's gonna push me and that's gonna make me like push forward and be more like, like work harder and work to improve my credit, work to get more money, work to save money, work to buy a house. I feel like that comes a lot into being attracted to somebody. For me, at least, I'm not all into like the physical and everything. I'm more into like, what does this person got going on? Like, like, how can I improve myself by winning that person?
I was talking about the other day. I said to somebody, I said, like for me now, my level is here's a romantic night, right? Like they call me over, they cook dinner, candles are lit, we eat dinner. Then after dinner, we sit on the couch having a glass of wine. He leans over to me and whispers in my ear, let's talk about ways to build our credit. That will just like right there, like that will just woo.
I feel like he was reading one of those books, like when you were little, I used to read, and they were so detailed, and they were like, and they leaned over and whispered in my ear, and I'm like, oh shit! Like when I was little, I was like, oh my god, like what's going on? There's like so like detailed and stuff, but
right.
I'm just saying. Like that right there, that's attractive. Like let's think about ways to build our credit. Let's talk about our future. Let's talk about investing in houses. Let's talk about this, like our dreams and our plans. That to me, let's talk about it, but also not talk about let's put this down on paper. Let's make a vision board. Let's do this. That right there, things like that is like beautiful for me.
Yes.
I like that's romantic to me. You ain't gotta go take me to no 5-star restaurant. We don't have to go on some big cruise. Let's do that when we get the money. After we get all our dreams and plans. Let's do that as we, you know what I mean?
Yep. No, I definitely agree with you. I'm the same way. I feel like that is more attractive because you see something lasting, and I wouldn't want to get into a relationship with somebody unless I saw something like they were gonna push me and I was gonna push them. Like you always. Yeah. Right. As selfish as it may seem, not selfish, but you kind of have to think like, what can I gain from experience or knowledge from this person to make me a better person? How can I help this person become a better person? I feel like as you get older, you start looking for that stuff. When you're younger, you're like, yo, is he cute? Is she cute? Like I'm kicking it, whatever. But I feel like as you get older, you start looking for something like that. Somebody that's gonna make you a better person.
Yeah.
Yes, that part.
I agree. Support you mentally and physically.
No, of course, definitely.
I mean, if he's cute, it's a plus. But
If he's cute, yeah. No, honestly, another question too that they were saying in 100 things are funny. Are people funnier? Wait, are people that are funnier cuter even if they're ugly? Like if there's an ugly person, like they're not maybe not the most attractive person, but if they're funny, does that make them cuter because they're funny?
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna agree. No, I'm gonna agree. I feel like somebody could not be the best looking person, but could be like funny and making me laugh because it's all about like how they're gonna make you feel, you know. And at the end of the day, you want to be with somebody that's gonna make you feel good and laugh and stuff. Especially when you're going out there in a stressful ass world, you know, with work and stuff like that. So
that is true.
I would definitely appreciate somebody that maybe a 7, maybe a 6, but it's funny, you know, and I'd settle for that.
I would rather be with somebody that is uglier with a personality than cuter with a personality without a personality.
Yes, that is nothing more unattractive than that. A person that is cute but has no personality and it's just like dull is like you are a waste of skin. They should
Yep.
they should have just gave your skin to somebody else with a different personality and you would have been a whole package. But So
Listen. Yep, I agree with everything y'all just said. Give me funny, give me personality, and give me. I'm not even saying number. It's because like it's just. I don't know. Like as a when did we as people become so shallow and not just really look at the inside of a person?
yeah.
You know, and Ivan, you're right. You know, when we were younger, it's like, hey, you know, I want to date this person because they're cute, they're attractive, yeah. But now as we get older, do they have personality and do they have goals?
Yeah.
Do they have, as you said, you know, how hard are they driving on their career? You know.
Yeah. I feel like that's attractive. But moving on, we just gonna go to another game and end this night on a good note. We had a lot of topics going on, random stuff, but we're gonna go play another game.
So
I've probably seen it played. You have a refresher.
All right, so welcome back. We are gonna play 5 second rule. Michelle, I'm pretty sure you guys heard her say she has never played this before, so I'm going to explain the rules for Michelle and for everybody that's listening to us. 5 second rule is actually I should probably give them a shout out. 5 second rule. You can buy it on Amazon, Walmart, everything. I love this game. I'm gonna pick a random card out of here, and each one of you guys are gonna have 5 seconds to give me 3 names or 3 things that it's asking you for in the card. For example, if it asks, give me 5 fast food places, then you would say, I mean, not 5, 3 fast food places, then you would say McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell. Get it?
Oh, okay.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Dion.
Dion's gonna go first because Michelle went first. She went first for the two twos in the line. So Dion, you are gonna go first. I'm gonna pick randomly out of this card, and we are gonna take turns, and we're gonna see who's gonna get more points. Ready, Dion? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. This is rated R, people. So children, cover your ears. 5 second rule. Ready? People you like to see in an orgy. Go.
Will Smith, Denzel Washington, Chris Tucker.
Time. Well, I'll give it to you. You said it right on the timer. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the timer, but the timer is playing on the video. I know you guys will watch this on different, but
I said Chris Tucker. I said Chris Tucker. Why? I don't know why.
Yeah, you know what? It's just a name. Ready? Are you ready, Michelle? Do you understand how to play
No.
the game? There is a timer on the screen. I don't know if you guys can see the timer, but everybody else can see the timer. I will tell you when the timer goes off, unless you guys can hear it in your ear.
All right.
Ready? Name 3 foods you eat when drunk. Go.
Fries, burgers, and
Time. I am sorry, Michelle. I cannot give that to you. That was way off. Dion 1, Michelle 0. Let's go. Dion, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, sorry. I started the timer without.
I'm having fun.
All right, ready. Dion always gets these. Ready, set. Name 3 sexual positions. Go. Time.
Man, that was a good one too.
Michelle was like, Michelle was like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
I couldn't get them out. I thought of every single one all at the same time.
He was like, oh shit, wait, what was that called? Oh my god, wait, what is this one called? Nah, damn. All right, let's see. I'm shuffling the cards. I'm not picking them randomly, so let's see. Random card. Let's see. So, Dion, you still have 1. Michelle still has 0. Let's go, Michelle. Redeem yourself. Ready.
Catch up.
Name 3 reasons to be jealous. Go.
Someone's cuter than you. They look better. Well, they're skinnier than you.
Time.
Damn. My goodness.
I gotta be off the rip.
That was a tough one. That was
tough. That was tough because you had to kind of like explain it. Like, but you saw I'm picking out of the stack. I am not being biased. I am just picking out the cards. Ready, Dion? Are you ready? The score is still 1-0. 1-0. Let's go, Michelle. You competitive. Michelle, I'll give you a Snicker bar. I'll tell you that story later. Michelle, I'll buy you a Snicker bar. You better win this game.
We can tell that story after the game.
All right, we'll tell the story after the game. Michelle, if you win this game, I'll give you a Snicker bar, girl. Ready, Dion?
I want a Snicker bar.
Me too. God, I could use a Snicker bar right now. Ready, Dion? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Set. Dion got an easy one. I feel like he's gonna answer this quick. Ready? Actually, let's do the other one. Let me get tougher. Ready, set. Name 3 times you hate being rushed. Go.
Praying, sleeping, and getting on the bus.
Oh, good job. 2-0. 2-0, Michelle. Let's get it. All right. The other one was way too easy. It said name 3 gay men. I'm like,
Name what?
Name 3 gay men.
Oh, I would have said Ivan, Dion, and Taylor.
It would have been too easy for you. All right, Michelle, let's go. All right, ready? Set. Name 3 presidential candidates who lost. Go.
Damn it. Hillary Clinton. I don't even know.
Time.
I'm not. I don't really. To be honest with you, when it comes down to presidents, I don't want to think about it. Talk about them.
I feel you on that. All right,
I don't even care.
You know what? We're gonna still keep going for a little bit. I'm gonna give Michelle a little time. She's getting the tough ones right now. I'm gonna pull it out of the stack.
Damn.
All right. Ready?
All the easy ones.
Dion, are you ready?
No. Yes.
Set. Name 3 places to hide money. Go.
Under my mattress, in my shoe, underwear.
Good. Another point for Dion. 3-0. Michelle. Look, I'm pulling out of here. Let's.
We're gonna have a rematch one day.
Yes. All right.
I gotta have you on my show. So we can.
All right.
Yes.
Ready. Set. Name 3 things you don't want to hear your doctors say.
You have cancer, your hair is falling out, and you have gangrene feet.
Gangrene feet. Michelle with a point. Let's get it. Oh!
Yes!
That was getting competitive right now. 3-1. Let's go. Let's get it. Ready? We're gonna play a couple more rounds. We're gonna let Michelle catch up out here. We can't let this shit happen like this. We can't let this shit go out like this. We're gonna play a couple rounds, Michelle. We're gonna get you up there, girl. We ain't gonna leave you like
All
that.
right, I'm ready.
All right, Mr. Dion, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Name 3 bad but good things. Go.
Drinking, smoking weed, running.
How is running not? How is running a bad thing? It's not bad.
When you're running from your problems, that's the bad thing.
I feel you. I see where you're going with that. There you go.
See how I turned that around? Go ahead.
All right, Michelle, are you ready?
No, but yes, let's go.
You already, girl. You already a Snicker bar. Snicker bars. Let's go. I'll tell you your hubby to. All right. Ready. Set. Name 3 hidden treasures. No, we're not gonna do that one. I can't do it. Dion, are you okay with me not giving her this card? That's kind of hard. Hidden
3
treasures.
hidden treasures.
Yeah, no.
Toss that one.
Not even I know that. I don't even know
Give
that.
her the sexual positions one. I want to see how she.
All right, Michelle, I got one for you, girl. Ready? Are you ready? We're gonna go one more adult like. Ready? Name 3
Okay.
male body parts. Go.
Male body parts, the testicles, the penis, and I don't know, their armpits.
No! Oh, come on.
She got that one. No, she got that one. She got that one.
The timer got fucked up. You know, the timer lagged. The timer speed up. Michelle,
Wait, so what really is 3 parts of a male's body?
You can say the butt. You didn't say the butt. I think we're gonna say butt. The feet. It's
Butt,
still a body
nose,
part.
eyes. I mean,
Yeah, it's a body part. Arms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going more towards like, what is the difference between a female and a male?
She's like, shit.
I don't know.
The shaft, the head, the balls. I don't know. All
The
right.
corona. No.
All right, ready, Dion. Set. We gotta give Dion a minute. He's over here geeking. All right, ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Set. Name 3 phobias or fears. Go.
Arachnophobia, hydrophobia.
Time. Almost. I feel like 5 seconds is too short. All right, let's do one more round. You guys go one more round? Let's go.
One more round.
All right, Michelle. Words that get beeped on TV. Go.
Words that get what?
Words that get beeped on TV. So words that you can't say on
Fuck.
TV. Ready? Go.
Fuck. Asshole.
Bitch. Shit. Something. Anything. Motherfucker.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep.
Dion, last one. Ready?
No. We're even. Wait, we're doing one more round because it would be even because I started this.
You started it. My bad. Okay, yeah, you started it. I forgot. So that's it. You guys both won. Ain't no losers out here. Everybody's a winner.
I still want a Snickers.
Yes. So we're gonna tell that story, Michelle. You want to
Yes,
tell
I
it?
want to hear this.
You want me to tell it?
You can tell it. You can tell it.
So, if anybody doesn't know, I don't know if Dion knows. I wrestled in high school. I'm also a coach, wrestling coach. When Michelle was in high school, Michelle wrestled for me. Michelle was one of the toughest female athletes I have ever had on my team. And the thing with Michelle is she is not obsessed, but she loves Snicker bars. So we went to a tournament one time. And one of the kids from the opposite team was like, I bet you my boy's gonna beat your girl. And I'm like, oh, you wanna bet on it? Because I know how Michelle is, and I know how Michelle loves Snicker bars, and I know Michelle loves to fight. So I said, all right, we'll bet on it. If my girl loses, I'll give you $5. If she wins, you give me $5. We're like, all right. So I go to Michelle. I'm like, Michelle, beat the shit out of this fucking kid. If you beat the shit out of this kid, I will buy you a Snicker bar. She's like, you gonna buy me a Snicker bar right now? I said, yes. I will buy you a Snicker bar right now in the concession stand if you beat this next kid. She's like, all right. Whistle blew. Michelle, it was Michelle's something to go. They started wrestling. Michelle puts him on his back. I was like, hold him there, Michelle, hold him there. And yeah, she ended up beating the kid. So I ended up having to give her a Snicker bar. So that's the story. You offer Michelle a Snicker bar, and she becomes Superwoman. She just threw that boy right on his back, and she held him there for that Snicker bar. She was no joke.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's awesome because I love me some good like female athlete stories.
Yeah.
Because my best friend, she was one of the top when we were kids. She was one of the top female junior bowlers in the state. And that's how I used to get her to bowl sometimes when we be in a tight match in doubles. I'm like, listen, because she loved to eat. So I'm like, listen, I'll buy dinner.
Yeah.
And
And I
next thing you know, she starts striking. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
and I feel like the thing with sports, I'm also I know we're gonna go soon, but I know we're talking about this. I feel like it's very important to say because people like Michelle as well. I feel like in our community, I feel like we suppress a lot of feelings and a lot of anger and a lot of things that have happened to us in life. And I feel like an out a way for kids to get all that pain or anything inside is through sports. And I saw that
Right.
with Michelle. I saw Michelle fight every single day in practice. It doesn't matter who she was going against, a boy or a girl. She was going to fight and she was going to give it her all. And the thing, one thing with Michelle that I will say, and not to get all sappy or anything like that, one of the things that I admire about Michelle is that she is a strong, independent woman. She works hard for everything she has. She provides for her family, and I feel like that is something that's very like a role model for a lot of females. And I feel like I think I've mentioned this before to Michelle. Like we need female athletes like Michelle. Like I feel like you would be a good wrestling coach for the female athletes out there that are looking for like a female like mentor or coach or anything like that. So sorry I got a little sappy and stuff like that, but no, I
No,
just want I
I
just
think you're right in the vein. You're right. You're right there in that vein, and it's um, I think it's very important that we do have that example of female athletes. Like I said, my sport is bowling. And can tell you so many stories of a bunch of black kids, black and brown kids from South Providence, Oneyville, and the West End that were put into this sport of bowling only because our parents did it out of fun, and then we went past what our parents can do in bowling. You know, we traveled. I was on the JVC tour, things like that, and I had seen a lot of girls, a lot of women pick up the sport of bowling, go into college, and then after college start their families and don't pick it back up, and that kind of in Rhode Island killed the woman side of bowling. Uh, um, and I'm not going to say, it's important to start a family, but my question is, how do we get those role models to say, hey, you know what? Let's rebuild this. Let's put this back together for the younger girls to show, hey, this is just not the end result, even when it comes to like wrestling or basketball or anything like that. Because I noticed in women's sports, period, across the board, once a lot of women start their families, they kind of stop playing that sport, or stop being involved in that sport. And it's how do we find a way to keep that balance? If it makes sense, that's my question.
no,
So.
it does make sense, and I appreciate, and I think Michelle is a perfect example of like a strong, independent female, and that's something I would always appreciate and love about Michelle. And I'm glad that like after coaching and everything that you're still doing well and we still keeping in contact and everything like that. So I appreciate both you guys for coming on tonight. Thank you so much. It's great to see a new face and a face that I've been seeing a lot recently. Definitely check out my boy Dion Sage on the Progress Report every Tuesday. But you guys are season finale
We
was
do have
this
a show
week.
tomorrow. We
Tomorrow.
have a panel tomorrow. It's going to be a great show. Our season finale, 4 seasons. I didn't think I'd ever make it to season 4, but 4 seasons, and we're going to be sitting down, taking some time off around the holidays to enjoy ourselves and things like that. But Ivan, if I may, can I get like 20 quick seconds?
Yes.
Not even. I need 5 seconds. I
Michelle.
felt this to say to your viewers tonight.
Yeah.
As I had said in one of my truths, I am a minister, and I just want to encourage people out there. I know like a lot of things have been happening, isolation and COVID and all this stuff. I just want to remind you of this, Joshua 1:9, which is my favorite scripture and has gotten me through 2020, has gotten me through 2021 and COVID. And it says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And that is my prayer for this audience tonight. That is my prayer for each and every one of you tonight. I love y'all. And catch me tomorrow on the Progress Report, 8 o'clock live on Facebook.
Hey, I definitely gotta go with you one of your Sunday church things. I definitely want to go to one of those. But again,
Definitely, definitely, would love to have you.
Me
You too, Michelle.
too.
Come to church on Sunday.
My dad's
Listen,
a
we are
pastor. I've
all
been in
about it.
like
We
the
worship
I've been
inside
in the church
Providence.
world for a while.
Powerhouse Church of Boston. Shout out to Pastor Jody C. Allison and First Gentleman Robert Martin Allison. I love you guys so much. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, that's my church. We worship inside. We're worshiping inside Providence and all the stuff. By the way, we have a ball this weekend in Boston. Check out my Facebook about that ball. It's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait.
Nice. Maybe it's a date. All three of us are gonna go up there. Michelle, we pack your
Yes.
bags, bring your family, bring your boo.
Yes.
Listen,
We
I'll
all
be in a
going up
hotel room.
there.
Come up there, and have a good time.
We're going up there.
And I got
We're
a
gonna
nice
praise
couple
the
of bottles of
Lord.
wine. It's sponsored by Tito's. It's our oh, by the way, I would be remiss if I didn't say this. Let's keep in mind all the families and all the people who are infected by AIDS and HIV. Today is World AIDS Day. Our event this weekend through One Path Boston, which is our nonprofit. It is money and proceeds will be going to the federal campaign to end HIV and AIDS by 2030. We are raising money for that, pushing out awareness to really push that. So yeah, if you can't make it, definitely donate. And like I said, Ivan, you're more than welcome. Michelle, you're more than welcome. Come up. Shoot, we'll get some sleeping bags and call it a slumber party in the hotel room.
Praise the
Yes.
Lord. No, I definitely want to
There's
go.
always time.
It's always
for God.
it's always entertaining. I definitely want to go. Like I've messaged you before. Like I definitely want to check it out one day. I've never been, but I definitely want to check it out. But for anybody else listening to us and watching, thank you, Savannah, for tuning in. Love you. Thank you for being in the. I was watching all your comments and stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Anybody, if you missed last week's episode, we had Nazir Gonzalez, fitness and men's health coach. Tune in next week. We're here every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Definitely like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Sorry, I'm trying to rumble. I'm trying to get out of here because I'm kind of hungry, you know. But peace. See you guys next week.
Bye.